Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristi. Today I have a really simple meal prep for you guys. This is Thanksgiving week, so I'm only going to be meal prepping a few things to get us through the girls' school lunches. They only have 3 days of school this week. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. I'd love to have you as a member of my YouTube family. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll have my name below, and also our Facebook page. I'll have that linked in the description box for you. Okay, I'm going to be making some pumpkin cupcakes. This is basically a trial run because if these are absolutely delicious, then I'm going to make them for Thanksgiving. My best friend made these. She had got them off of Pinterest and she just screenshotted the recipe and sent it to me. So I'm really not sure who it belongs to. So I'm going to go ahead and give all the measurements because I know you guys are going to want it. I think these run about 3 net carbs, just a little less than 3 net carbs per cupcake, and it makes 6. So you're going to need coconut flour, salt, an egg, pumpkin pie spice, baking powder, and baking soda, swerve, and I'm using brown sugar swerve in this recipe, pure pumpkin, and heavy whipping cream. I'm going to start out by putting all of my dry ingredients in a mixing bowl, and I'm going to put them in my sifter first because I believe it's very important to go ahead and sift your dry ingredients before baking. So go ahead and put 3 tablespoons of coconut flour. Next is the pumpkin pie spice, 1 teaspoon of that. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Next is salt, and it just calls for a pinch. I'm using the Redmond's salt, and basically I'm just going to put a couple of dashes in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and sift this to get all the lumps out. Then I'm going to start adding the rest of my ingredients. 3/4 cup of pumpkin. This is pure pumpkin. Make sure you check your ingredients, and the only ingredient in this is pumpkin. Next ingredient is 1/3 cup of brown sugar swerve. 1 large egg. Last is 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. And if you want to add any extracts, you can. I usually skip adding vanilla extract. Then we're just going to mix all of this together. Here's what your mixture looks like once you have everything incorporated. I went ahead and put some cupcake liners in. These are the silicone molds that I picked up that go with my big muffin pan and my little mini muffin pan I ordered online from Amazon. I'll have these linked below if you want to go get the whole set. You get a lot in that set for only like $13.99. Great deal. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and spray a little bit of coconut oil in these just to make sure they don't stick. You're just going to take your mixture and divide it up into 6 cupcake molds. Once you get them divided up as evenly as possible, we're going to stick these in a 350-degree oven for 20 to 30 minutes. I say 20 to 30 minutes because everybody's oven is different, and I want you to check them at about 20 minutes to make sure they aren't drying out. Okay, I checked these at 20 minutes and they were not even close. So let's go ahead and check them now at 25 and see if they're getting almost there. Okay, these are still soft to the touch, but from what I understand, from what my friend told me, you do not want them to overcook. And since they've already been in there at about 25 minutes, look, I don't know if you can see how the top of this is getting a little crispy. They're supposed to be more of a pumpkin pie consistency instead of like a cupcake consistency. So I'm going to leave them out because I have a feeling they're going to keep cooking for the next few minutes. I have went ahead and took them out of the metal pan and just put them on this wire rack to continue cooling, but you can see that they are going to come loose from this beautifully. I love silicone. Okay, these have had time to completely cool. I went ahead and put one on a plate. I'm going to show you how we plan on serving them. I'm just going to take a little bit of this sugar-free whipped heavy cream. I picked this up at Walmart. The kids absolutely adore it. It doesn't have the cleanest ingredients because it has sucralose and also carrageenan in it, but it's 0 net carbs per 2 tablespoons. And here's the plan. I went ahead and cut these open to show you what they look like inside. Again, they're more of a pumpkin pie consistency. Okay, I took one bite. On first thought, I'm thinking they could be a little sweeter. These aren't terribly sweet. If that's not a problem, then you may love these. Next time I make them, I'm gonna add a little bit more sweetener to them. Okay, Chris's opinion, he just had his first bite. What do you think?
I think they're delicious. I think they're sweet enough just like they are. There's not a problem with them.
So he says not to add any more sweetener, but I like stuff sweet because you guys gotta remember, I am an addict of sweets and carbs. I would add a little bit more sweetness. He says they're perfect just like they are. And again, we added the whipped topping to them. We have been making a lot of our own condiments and dressings lately. I already made some ranch this week. I should have showed you guys, but we needed it in a hurry. And I'm also making some honey mustard. This recipe, I can't share the measurements with you because it is not mine. It is Erika's from Time to Shrink. She has a new e-cookbook out. It's called My Southern Keto Kitchen. I'll have that linked below for you guys. There are tons of recipes in here and I'm excited to try them. This one is one of our favorites. So this is mock honey mustard that is in her e-cookbook. You'll need mayo, hot sauce, confectioner's sugar. I'm using Swerve, but you can use any confectioner's keto-friendly sweetener, and some mustard. So in a glass bowl, I'm just gonna go ahead and mix up all of my ingredients. I'm gonna start out with my Duke's mayo. Next is yellow mustard. I'm gonna be using the hot sauce that I pick up at Aldi's. This is just the Berman's hot sauce. There is no sugar added in this. And last ingredient is powdered sugar. Again, I'm just using Swerve. I'm gonna go ahead and whisk all this together until I get it incorporated and all the lumps out. Once I have it all mixed up, I like to put it in an airtight container. I'm gonna store it in the fridge and I like to let it sit at least overnight so that all the flavors are incorporated together. I am loving making our own condiments. I know exactly what's in it. I don't have to worry about all the hidden creepy carbs. This one's really good. The girls love this to dip their chicken nuggets in. Also to put this as a topping or a condiment on your chaffle sandwiches. When I make the pork chop sandwiches with the chaffles, we'll use this as one of our condiments. This is really, really good. It's not over sweet. It's not overpowering. It just has a really good taste. I'll have her cookbook linked below if you guys want to check it out. Again, that's Erika with Time to Shrink. And the cookbook is My Southern Keto Kitchen. These little containers right here, I just pick up at Dollar Tree. They are glass and they have a plastic lid so it makes them airtight. And you can see back here the ranch I made earlier in the week. Kids couldn't wait till meal prep day, so I had to make it ahead of time. They love this. This one is amazing. It seems like we've not boiled eggs in forever, and I still do mine on the stovetop. I do not feel like pulling out a huge Instapot for that, so we're old school in this house. This is going to be boiled eggs for snacks because Briley loves those, and I'll also be making some egg salad for the girls to have this week in their lunches. When I make mine, I just put them on the stove in cold water so they don't crack, and then I bring them to a boil slowly. Let them boil for about 8 to 10 minutes, and then I'll put those in an ice bath for about 10 minutes. Okay, once they're done boiling, I just start running some cold water over those to basically cool down the pot. You guys know how to do this, but this is just my process. And Chris is over there in the freezer getting a ton of ice. Now I'm just gonna let my eggs sit in this ice bath for about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll go ahead and crack those open, put some in a container for Briley to snack on and Chris to snack on throughout the week, and make some egg salad. I've shown this several times. Picked up this little egg slicer at Aldi for $2.99, and this is what I use for my egg salad. Chris is just over there cracking shells away. All I do is put it in here once, take it out, flip it, slice it again, and that's it. Okay, I kept 4 in the container as snacks, and then I just went ahead and sliced this up. The only thing I'm gonna add is mayonnaise and some mustard and some salt. As the kids eat it, or Chris, they can doctor it up with whatever they want. Pickles, bacon. There's so many things that you can add to this. The mayonnaise is just the Duke's mayo I pick up at Aldi or Walmart. It's no sugar added. It does have like soybean oil in it. And then the mustard is just from Aldi also. Salt I've been using a lot of lately is the Redmond Real Salt. And I believe this is out of Utah, and I like that. It tastes really good. Chris says he can taste the difference. And then let the kids put whatever else they want on it, or Chris. I try to make it as plain as possible because all of my kids have different tastes pretty much. This will be used throughout the week for some lunches or snacks, but I think I put maybe 5 or 6, I think it was 6. This is 6 eggs worth of egg salad. Okay, I'm just gonna put a lid on this and put it in the fridge. This is one of my favorite keto recipes. This is up on my channel, so I'll have it linked below for you. And I'll try to go through it step by step, but it's going to be a rush step by step. This is Keto Crackers. And what you need for this is almond flour, flaxseed, water, and any seasonings of choice. That's it. That's how simple this is. Today I'm going to be using garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. Okay, this is going to take 1 cup of almond flour. Next is 1 heaping tablespoon of flaxseed. What I do is I just buy the whole flaxseed. This one is the golden roasted. And I just grind it up myself in my little coffee grinder, which is used exclusively for flaxseed at this point. And you're just going to add that to your almond flour. Now add any seasonings of choice. I am going to add some Redmond's Real Salt. This is pink salt, and we like to add that. Once I get done, I'll also add a little bit to the tops of my crackers because I like my crackers to have that salty taste. I'm also going to just add some dashes of garlic and onion, but you can use whatever seasonings you prefer. I'm just going to mix all this up with a fork, and then you're going to start adding in your water. Just a little at a time. You're going to want to turn this into a dough. So I'm going to start out with 1 tablespoon. It can take up to 3. You can see how it's starting to look after 2 tablespoons. I'm going to add about another ½ tablespoon and see what it does. And here's what the dough looks like. It all just formed into a big ball. It's all incorporated. And now I'm just going to roll that out on some parchment paper. Okay, I just have 2 pieces of parchment paper. I put the dough on one, and then I'm going to cover it with the other. Then I'm just going to take my rolling pin and I'm going to flatten this out. So it's about 1/8 of an inch, and it's pretty even all the way around. Now that I have this rolled out, I'm just going to take a little bit more of my salt. This is just something I do. You definitely don't have to do this, whatever flavorings you're using. And I'm just going to sprinkle that over top of it so that the top layer has a salty taste. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy pizza cutter, and I'm just going to cut these into squares. Okay, these are going in at 350 for about 20 to 30 minutes until golden brown. You'll want to check on them at about 20 minutes to see where they're at. Yeah, just pulled these out of the oven. They were in exactly 20 minutes, and you can see how they're a golden brown. Once these cool completely, these will be crispy and they'll come apart really easy. You can make these as big or as small as you want, whatever fits your needs. The girls like these with chicken salad or egg salad, so I've started making them a little bit bigger so they can dip them. Once these have completely cooled, I just store them in an airtight container, and then they just get a few out each day as they need them for their lunch. This week, I'm going to go ahead and fry up the Appleton Farms bacon that I pick up and also the sausage. We want to have both on hand. This one is definitely my favorite with no sugar added. The bacon, of course, does have some in the curing process. It does have some sugar, but it does not show up on your carb count or sugar, so that means it's under 1. I have been making the patties bigger than normal. I mentioned this last week, and that's because when we make like truffle sandwiches, they fit on there perfectly. Okay, sausage is to the side and cooling, and we've started the bacon. Okay, bacon and sausage are done for the week. They're going to cool, and then we'll put them in an airtight container and just store them in the fridge. That way we can get them as we need them. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone has an amazing week. I'll see you next time. Bye.